Welcome back, folks. Chico Suave here with another Path of Exile 2 video for you. Well, I didn't sleep, so I got the build completed instead. And the Flicker Strike Ritualist, not a monk, but Flicker Strike Ritualist build has been completed. The Flicker Strike Ritualist build has been completed. I've got a map set up we're going to run here in just a second to showcase how well it's going. And we're going to go through everything afterwards, and I'll break down how everything works. If you want to see that path of building for the build, exclamation build, exclamation POB, in chat will give you those things. It'll post the POB for you to check out the level 94 Ritualist Flicker Strike build. So here we go with the map. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold down our one button there. 1 second, 1 second. Okay, yeah, my buddy was whispering me. So we're holding down the Reaper's Invocation. We start it with Whirling Assault, and then we get going with our Charge Staff and our Flicker is online. So again, Reaper's Invocation gets held down the whole time. So best to put it on like a sub mouse button. And then you're just going to flick your life off. Flick your beam to victory. It's an amazing, amazing build. Super fun. Super fast mapper. As long as there's dense mob density, you're going to continue to flick. I'm going to break down what we're using to keep our charges going. I got to make sure to pay attention to my health.
Fingers crossed, lots on my side.
We're using Headhunter, of course. And we just one-shot a T-15 Rogue Exile. Gotta think. I've been up all night, so I'm a little delirious from lack of sleep. Gotta bear with me, folks. But the Flicker Strike Ritualist is online and going very, very well. I got my crit chance with Flicker around 90%, and Whirling Assault's crit chance is over 100%. So now here is the big key on the bosses. How is it going to do, right? And he one-shot me because I was trying to flick instead of Whirling Assault. Hold on. I did it wrong. Like I said, I've been up all night, so you got to bear with me. I'll show you what we're supposed to do correctly. I hit the mantra of destruction too early on him. I got a whirling assault on him, build the combo points, and then charge staff if I don't already have, or flick after we get the combos built. Okay? So let's go in and I'll show you this again. Oh, he's this way now. Oh, I lost a whole bunch of viewers to my death, I guess. Guess they don't want to see you die like a normal human. Alright, so here we go with the whirling assault. We're gonna mantra, then flick, and he's dead. So that's it. That's a map T15 with the Ritualist Flicker Strike build that I came up with over last week and put into fruition through the weekend. Pretty darn amazing.
I have a buyer.
And I am back, Sims.
Oh, it's you.
Did you fall asleep on me?
Speak. Choose what you need. Gold is useless to me. Take it.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Yeah. Alright, folks. So, here we go with the breakdown. If you want Zims, I can mute so I don't bore you. Unless you're going to just jump out anyways. Okay. Alright, brother. I'll talk to you later. Get some good rest. Later. Okay, so we'll do a quick breakdown, rundown of everything we're utilizing, okay? And again, make sure you hit that exclamation build, exclamation POB, one of the two, and you can pull up the current path of building and the tree, and everything we're doing is in there. Now, we're going to start off with our quarterstaff strike. I forgot to put the other one in there. Hold on one second. There it is. The mana leech. Alright, so we can close that. I need mana leechy. Mana beach. As you can see, the quarterstaff strike is pretty high in DPS. It is 450,000. Now, first off, we're going to go through the gear, okay? I'm going to break down the gear that I crafted and bought for the build. Some was bought, some was crafted. And I'll tell you which ones were which. So bear with me in just a second. Let me make sure everything's set right. Alright, here we go. So, starting with the quarterstaff I showed you last night. This is the one that I crafted for this build, and it was on standby for me to put on. So we got 3 T1s, the +5 to attack from the essence, the onslaught from the essence, and the gain damage is extra lightning from the essence as well. Okay, but the other ones are T1s. I hit the wrong I didn't think it would hit elemental damage with attacks. I was hoping to hit crit when I was crafting it. So, and that was about as close as I was wanting to deal with divining it to 5% crit hit chance. So I still got to divine this to get a little more out of it. But the big thing on this quarterstaff is this extra socket, which gains us the ability to have 50% chance when you gain a frenzy charge to gain additional frenzy charge on top of the gain damage is extra damage of all elements and the lightning damage. Now I'm gonna play around with this and see which one works better for damage. Either the lightning damage node here, because we're more elemental, because the ritualist is closer to the elemental nodes on the passive skill tree, or if physical would be better. Okay, so we're on a sinister quarterstaff. So as you can see, it's not like a huge physical base quarterstaff, but the one thing to note is I did get the bear charm. I gotta divine it still to get closer to 20 seconds, but we're on the spirit of the bear rite of passage. Come on, click on there. There we go. And that's going to give us the 20% increased max life, increased stun threshold, increased stun buildup, and 20% reduced damage taken. So the increased life and the reduced damage taken is what we're after from the bear. Now, our other two charms are the frozen charm and the bleeding charm, because bleed seems to be an issue with this build. Once you get bled, you can die real quick, and then it's all downhill from there. I'm going to save the helm and the neck for last, because I'm very proud of those. And the boots. The helm, the neck, and the boots. I'm very proud of. So here's the headhunter I went with, an evasion cold res headhunter that I made, Trice Corrupted. I was hoping for double res, but I hit the evasion, so I wasn't like unhappy with that, because this is an evasion based build. I crafted this morning. Well, it was like 2:30, 4:30, something like that. And then I rolled with the increased spirit reservation efficiency of skills to get more spirit, because eventually I want to fit in with another rolled unset ring to get, hold on, there it is, Ghost Stance. I always forget the name of that. I want to roll Ghost Stance on this build as well as Wind Dancer for my defenses, but I need another unset ring to do it, and I've only got the one. And if I switch them and do the unset down there being duplicated by the Calandra's Touch, it's not enough on my reses, so I have to have them in the placement that they're at right now. Next we'll do the gloves. So we have tier 1 +2 to melee, tier 1 attack speed, and then the increased effect of socketed items with the, I just wanted damage on my prefixes. So yes, I would like them to be higher, but I took what I could get to get started with this build. And then we have, back to the chess piece again, I never finished. I got a couple of my reses on that. I got some life. It's only a T6 life, unfortunately. I was very upset when I hit that. But I got the spirit reservation efficiency of skills. That was key with the, you know, I needed 60 or 61 spirit, so I fractured that on there, luckily enough, on the first try. And then we got 28 on the implicit. Doesn't need to be re-rolled. And then the only one you can get this on, the double spirit on the chest, is a Conjurer's Mantle. So I had to use Conjurer's Mantle instead of Evasion. So my Evasion's not as high as I would have liked. I was going to go with the Hiri's Ire chest piece, but I decided to opt out and lose a little bit of top end damage to sacrifice to gain more stuff to put on Spirit Reservation in the skills, which we'll go over in just a second. So, my Calandering ring is pretty nice. Again, the damages rolls aren't great. I bought this ring, I think, for 60 div, 70 div, something like that. But it hit all the reses I needed it to hit. Like, I was high on cold already, so I got the elemental res, the chaos res, and the lightning res. And as you can see, we're over our minimum of 75% on all 4 reses, even chaos. And when I fabricated the build, I was only at like 30 to 50% chaos res. So I was able to get this build dialed in really well to get over the chaos res cap. The next ring is the unset ring. Again, it was a damage roll. I slammed chaos damage on with the last one. I got the leeching of physical attack damage as life and as mana with an elemental res. So I need the mana back, and the life is just an extra defense layer, okay? I highly recommend you utilize both those rolls on something. Either your gloves has one, your ring has another, or your vice versa, or one ring has this, another ring has the other. You need both. Next, we're going to move on to what I call the Super Helm. Boop! I hit a vertex while keeping the crit and the chaos res. I unfortunately lost my evasion and ES roll, but I hit a +4 this morning. I hit 3 +4 vertexes this morning out of 12, and I was very happy with that. Oh, they're gone now already. They've already sold. Let's see. Yeah, there's sold one, and there's sold the other. 125, 137 div. I hit 2 T2 or level 2 vertexes. This one is overpriced as anything, but I'm hoping to sell it. And then again, to show you the +4 with mana cost efficiency. Very huge, very nice. And then I put a Kurgel's Gaze in there. And what that does is the increases in reduction to life regeneration rate also apply to mana regeneration rate. They're not that expensive, only a couple div, but very, very helpful. So as you can see, my, where she go? Max life, 1689, not high at all. My total mana recovery per second, 63.6. Mana recovery from regeneration, 19.1. Without the helm, there we go. 44.5, recover from flask. Now, armor, we have a little bit from the chest piece. Not a big deal. Not something we're shooting for. Evasion, however, is what we're going for. And that's 31% currently. And again, this was a 0 to hero build. So I didn't get everything dialed in on the evasion just yet. We still have room for improvement on the gloves and the boots. But the boots, you're going to be impressed with, I think. The boots hit perfect on almost everything I threw at them. So here's the boots. The cold res was what I needed to make up the resistance I was short on. The movement speed I rolled on with the Essence of Hysteria. And then I got the gain deflection rating fractured. Of course, I forgot to divine it to 23 first. So I kind of got upset about that, but I got over it real quick when I hit 2 T1 evasions up top. As you can see, we have 8% movement speed, 28% increased, almost 1,000 evasion rating on our boots alone. Very nice. Now, you look at the gloves. I could have dropped one of the damagings for evasion, but I wanted the ability to get more damage off the gloves. Like, they're soul damage. No res, no deflection or anything like that. It's just soul damage gloves. Alright, for the last piece, very, very nice come out. She came out very, very nice. I don't dislike anything that's on her except for maybe one roll, and that's the cold res. Everything else, bam. Look at this neck. So I got T1 Spirit on a solar amulet. The global defenses, T1 prefix rarity. So I got a little bit of rarity in the build. Not a lot, but a little bit. +3 to level of all melee skills that I hit with the fracture when I was messing around at the start. Then we got, as an icing on top, off the desecration, 6% increased skill speed with our cold res. Now, again, the cold res is kind of a whatever roll. I could do without it. But I'm not, not disliking the rolls on this amulet. Considering most amulets that go looking like this are probably a mirror or more. And I made it for about 35 divine. Very nice amulet. Very nice. All right. So let's get into the nitty gritty of how this works. How she plays and what she's playing off. So first off, we have our quarterstaff strike, which fell off for a reason, and I don't know why. There it is. So we use our quarterstaff strike. Why is she not working? I don't know why. But the quarterstaff strike is what we're going to use for the mana leech. Okay? So if we find we're needing mana, like on a boss or something, we're going to use the quarterstaff strike to strike with it. The whirling assault is your start of the map, or if you come to a time when you don't have any charges, you're going to whirling assault. You're going to get your charges, pop on charge staff, and again, you can find the path of building for this in the chat if you simply hit exclamation build or exclamation and then POB. Exclamation build, exclamation POB. So, back to it. Whirling assault to get charges. Get your charges, hit charge staff, whirling assault again. You'll get more charges. Then we start flicking. Flicking, flicking, flicking. All the while holding down Reaper's Invocation. Okay? And you're going to be holding that down because it's going to be doing profane ritual in it. So it's going to pop a corpse, dealing chaos dot, and then when it's complete, the corpse is consumed and you gain a power charge. Well, with the setup that we have in here, it's going to give us power charges. Why can I not think of the other two charges? Power charges, frenzy charges, endurance charges. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, I'm talking to myself. I'm so delirious from lack of sleep. But yeah, so it's going to give you all those charges. And then what we're going to do with those charges is we're going to use charge regulation to gain more defenses, more skill speed, and more crit hit chance. Now, why we need more crit hit chance is up here, the cast on critical. All right, we're using cast on critical with profane ritual and a setup of charge perfusion, overabundance, boundless energy, and energy retention to keep the flicker strike going on those high density maps where there's unlimited monsters to hit, like Abyss and things of that. We're going to use cast on critical while we're holding down Reaper's Invocation and Flicker Strike. So you're going to hold both of those down once you get going until your charge staff falls off. Then you re-hit charge staff, do a whirling assault, re-hold down Reaper's Invocation and Flicker, and continue to flicker through the map. Lastly, we have Herald of Ash for those explosions, overkill explosions where we have our Dahlias in. We got Herald of Thunder. Okay. And then our defense right now is Wind Dancer, who's also dealing damage. So we're doing really, really well. Wind Dancer's only 10? Huh. I can up that. I just realized that. Let's get our gems fixed. Because I have some 20s. And then I need some spirit gems. Let's do the spirit gems that are more important first. And that's going to be... Okay, see the requirements on these ones? We can't go super high on those. But we can go high on charge regulation, which is going to give us more defense, more crit hit chance. And we can go high on Reaper's Invocation, which is going to give us more increased energy gained. Okay. So we can put those back up. And then we're going to go through here. We're going to get charge staff. And that's going to add more lightning damage. I wanted to show you these as we hit the levels. Wanted you to see that the build works without 20 gems. So, I mean, just out the gate, it's going to get you damage. But it takes a while to get it online. You got to be over like 90. Okay? This is not something that you can do all this setup at like level 60, as I showcased earlier in the morning. It took a little bit of work. But now that we're over 90, we have a lot of points in the tree. We can get everything upgraded to level 20. You don't need 21. Maybe a Flicker Strike would be nice to get a 21 on, you know. I am going to show you a little trick here. And that is, we're going to take a level 7 skill gem. We're going to put our gem cutter prisms on them in just a second. And then let's see here. So we're going to make some flickers. Oh, we got to do a level 13. Okay. So level 13 is the minimum on flicker because it's a late game skill. So let's get 3 of those. And we'll do equipped, flicker, engrave, 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 engrave. Now, I'm going to show you this trick to do to save yourself some money, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to get your Ritual Omen of Corruption, your Val Orb,
Can I help?
and then go to Ange. Get some Div, Incursion, Architect's Orb.
All right, your order is registered.
Why does it change right as soon as I hit it? Punk. Alright. So you're probably wondering, why are you trying to foul a level 13? And I'm going to show you why in just a second. So we're going to hit our Omen of Corruption. We're going to pop that one. Alright. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? So that's a brick. I forgot to put the perfect jeweler's orb on it.
Oh, it's you.
You guys didn't remind me, man. I'm so tired. I'm forgetting basic stuff. Let's see here. Perfect jeweler's orbs. I want like 11 of them.
I'll post it right away.
Alright, there we go. So that's what the first one did. It went to a extra socket. So now we got our sockets. We got quality. Level 13. Val. Boop. Alright, it went down a socket. This one, I don't know what it did. I don't think it did anything, which it's supposed to do something. Well, so those are bricks. Hold on, we're going to keep on trucking. We're going to grab a couple more 13s. Let's just grab 14s. I'm feeling the 14s. Alright. So let's grab our perfects. So we don't forget that. And our thing here. Alright. So equipped, flicker, engrave, engrave. Equipped, flicker, engrave, engrave. And what we're trying to do is cheaply get a 21-23 flicker strike. Okay? You don't have to use a level 20 skill gem to get your corruption. And I'll show you why if I can hit one of these. Okay, they're all popped out. We got our Val. Went down a socket. Went down a level. Went to 23. So this one, we're going to try and get it to go. Oh, did I grab the wrong thing here? I must have. Must be this. No. Why is it not letting me do it? Hold on. Which one did I mean to grab? Incursion. Again, I'm tired, man. You gotta bear with me. Skill gem. Crystallines corruption. I have a couple of those in my stash. Here we go. Alright, we're gonna try and pop it on the one that went 23. Alright, she poofed. Alright, put that over there. That over there. Let's get a couple more 14s and a couple 13s. I want this to go through so I can show you the beauty of what happens when you get a 21-23 flicker strike on this build. So cheer for me, folks. Hope that it goes through. Alright. Alright, so this one did nothing. Nothing. -1. And it lost the socket there. Went down quality. This one's a minus of a level. Alright, so we're gonna save ourselves, keep saving ourselves the big buku monies by buying level 20s. We're gonna use these level 13s, okay? All these ones we got going through the axe yesterday, last night. We're gonna use those. And then we're going to use, we got 3 left. Let's see if we can't hit one of these. So we got 5 socket. They're all qualitied. Let's get our ritual on again. And then bring this down. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, there's it is. Finally. Alright, these are both bricks. But if we get lucky here, we did! We did it! Hooray! So now, all you have to do is go up to your tab where you find your level 20s that you find in those juicy maps, Area 80 plus. And all you have to do on a level 13 with a +1 level from corruption, 23 quality, 5 socket flicker strike is take a 20 skill gem. So we're going to take this one. We're going to put it in place of our flicker. Bring our other flicker over here. And then we're going to put this here. That there. This right there. This right there. That right there. We're going to take the level 20. We're going to go to equipped. And then we're going to hit upgrade. A double corrupted flicker strike has now become, after we cheaply made it +1, we didn't have to burn through level 20 skill gems. We just cheaply used level 13 and 14s to now make a level 37 flicker strike, folks. Now, I'm going to do the same thing on Whirling Assault, but you, of course, don't have to watch. But if you look at the price of this, come on. No? Alright. So we're going to look up the price. Flicker strike. Equipment filter, is that it? No, I don't think so. Quality 23. Trade filters. Miscellaneous. Yeah, miscellaneous 21. Search. Flicker strike with 5 sockets. 2123 is 39.50 div. There's only 3 results up. So we just saved ourselves, you know, a couple hundred div possibility of all the upgrades you can do using this tech. Okay? So remember, you don't need level 20s to pop to level 21 before you go to upgrade your gems. Make sure you get that +1 corruption with 23 quality on those important ones. Then use your upgrades on them. Now my spirit gems, I'm not going to 21. It wasn't a big deal. The, what's it called? Whirling Assault. Again, not that big a deal to do, but we're going to do it anyways. I got a whole bunch of 18s, so I'm going to use these 18s to try and hit my Whirling Assault on.
Whirling Assault.
Okay, so now I gotta get some more gem cutters. Or perfect jeweler's orb,
Let's
sorry.
see if there are any takers.
So buy some of those. I need some more. Where are they? Gem cutter prisms. We only want. Yeah, we'll get a 2 div worth. Alright. So let's get the quality on them. Alright, now we try for the +1 from corruption or 23 quality. Alright, so we got the +1 corruption here. Let's put it on this side. We got 21 quality on that one, so let's leave it up top. Lowered quality. Less sockets. -1. -1. So now we try for the double corrupt. +1. And poof. So we got a level 19, as you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull our 20 over. We're going to go ahead and sell this.
Choose what you need. A useful trade.
Okay, move that up there. Now I'm going to take my whirling assault out. We put these in there. So I had a whole bunch of level 18. And we took the 18s to upgrade our Whirling Assault. Our Whirling Assault now became, as a corrupted, double corrupted Whirling Assault of level 18 +1 from the corruption, 19 +21 on the quality. Now it's become a level 20 +1 from corruption, +14 from global modifiers, level 35, 21 quality, which the quality means more attack speed. Whirling Assault. It's pretty beefy. So as you can see, pretty beefy, pretty nice. Let's see if we don't get lucky on this one. Oh, we got one left. Let's see if that's the lucky one. Because then we could sell this one. 23. Come on, baby, hit. Daddy needs a payday after spending all this money. Oh, she pooped. Alright, but I've shown you now how to cheaply quality socket and raise the level of your gems with the corruption and then the double corrupt on the quality, or vice versa. If you get the quality, you can double corrupt for the level. And you don't do it on level 20s, okay? You don't do it on level 20s. Always do it on lower level, then use a level 20 in the one that goes up and up on quality and up on level. So there, that's going to save you some money in the long run, folks. I'm telling you. Being able to upgrade without going full. So when you get to 90 and you get all excited, don't just auto upgrade your gems to 20 off the jump and then try and corrupt them. Make sure you use lower level skill gems to get that corruption for both the level and the quality. Then use a level 20 gem on that skill gem to upgrade it to 21, 23. Alright, so a couple more maps I'll showcase the Ritualist Flicker Strike on. I got some rolled up here. Let's just grab a couple here and we'll go back to back on some mapping. Because I know that's what you want to see, right? You want to see the mapping. Because who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? Let's go. Dig site. Everybody hates dig site. There we go. Remember, you're going to hold your Reaper's Invocation down on a button
You've
that's
lost
comfortable.
your damn mind.
And then you just see mobs, you flicker. You see mobs, you charge staff. Make sure you're spamming that health pot, okay? And there she goes. There she goes. Come on. Come on, baby. What I'm thinking about doing is trying to fit in Time of Need
That was almost
with
a challenge.
my extra spirit that I've got. That way it'll heal us for like 1800 health. You know what I mean?
You.
Now showcase the boss kill
This'll do
again.
nicely.
Okay. I know you guys like to make sure that your builds can kill a boss. And this one definitely can. The Reaper's Invocation is what's doing that to our health by and by. If you're not sure what's going on. That's why the health's going down. We're getting the Reaper's Invocation going. So you do need to spam that health pot, okay? Flicker dicker! I ran out of health. I wasn't spamming the health pot enough. Okay, here comes our boss. So we're gonna charge staff. We're gonna get our combo points built up. Alright, so now we have our combo points built up. Let's go for the mantra. We got the mantra.
Your corpse will feed the new tomorrow.
Oh, I fucking stood in his slam. See, this is just my fault. It's not the build. Bear with me. Now I can show you
Your
what to
corpse
do
will feed the
when you
new
don't have the
tomorrow.
combos built up, right? You come in on a boss. You're going to whirling assault till you hit 7, 8. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm talking too much. I can't focus because I'm so tired. Alright, let's do another one here real quick. Bear with me. Let's go back into dig site. We'll do... I'm not even looking at the mods. You know what I mean? This build is so nutty, you don't even need to look at the mods. But I tell you what I think I'm going to try. Because we don't really need Herald of Ash. I'm going to drop that for Time of Need, like I was telling you. And what we're going to do is I'm going to look at something real quick here. Save as finished ritual list flicker save, and then I'm gonna open my Sparker builds and look at the skills for Time of Need. Yeah, I thought so. Compressed duration is what we want. So Time of Need, compressed duration. Where is she at here? Let's go skills and 19 skill gem. Let's do the trick again, maybe. For now we'll use a 19. It's fine. 19 spirit gem. Time of Need. We have the strength and int for a 19. So now we're going to put that over here. You're going to make sure to quality that one, okay? You want to get a couple slots on there. And then we're going to put dahlias in it. And we're going to put... what did I just say? Compressed duration. Yeah, because you want it basically a shorter cooldown to activate. Okay? So... I don't see any compressed durations there, so we're going to have to make one. And we want 2, level 2, and our time of need. Activate. Now, as you can see here, it's a 9.7 second. Removes curses and elemental ailments, which is huge. Huge, I tell you. So, we want to try and get this as high as we can. So we're going to go ahead and put on, since we have 2 skill gems, we're going to put on... Now, this is the bonkers version, people. So, don't think like you have to go this route that I'm about to go. But I have one available that I got to drop doing some expedition on my blood mage. So I'm going to borrow one of the skill gems from my blood mage. There she is. Uhtred's Augury. The big money ticket one. Woo! She up to 960 div now. 960 divines for that crazy thing. Oh, my Prism of Belief just went for 350. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, so we'll take that out because I need that to replenish some of the stuff I used earlier. I used almost a full mirror gearing the Ritualist up, okay? With crafting and buying gear along the way to level with. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to put it in your time of need. And now we have a level 27 time of need. And our blessing is healing 1212 life and removes curses and ailments every 9.4 seconds instead of 9.7 seconds. So as you can see, back in the dig site, this is take 2, and I kind of was like lackadaisicalling the one before just to show you the difference now. So we're spamming, we're whirling assault to start, gonna charge staff, and then we're gonna take off with flicker. I mean, as you can see, you don't even see monsters. And with time of need now, we're not as scared of the lack of health.
That was almost a challenge.
Because it's removing ailments and other negative effects on us. We're able to stay healthy, stay alive. We're gonna jump this guy down.
Feed the new tomorrow.
We still have charges. So now we're gonna whirling assault. We're gonna combo.
So long as
And then
divinity
we're going
disgraces
to
the world, no one
pop
is
him
safe.
down.
You stand in the way of hope.
I've no mana.
My flesh
And he's dead.
is unimportant.
He did, I said. And that's how it's done. With the Whirling Assault, Flicker Strike, Ritualist. Not a monk, a ritualist, folks. So that's how she's done there. Any questions? Drop them in the comment section there. You know what I mean? Be interested to know what you guys are thinking about on the build and how she's come out.
Go on. Quickly.
Can I help?
You guys want to see a specific map type or anything like that? Have any questions on how she's working? I'm going to go ahead and pop this in there for you so you can see if you're just too shy. So that's our POB that we're working off now, that I've come and finished tapering out and gotten dialed in now with the new skills and everything like that. And then again, if you'd like to join us in our Discord, Hangout, Talk, Path of Exile, either voice or chat, or join our guild, either Path of Exile 1 or 2, because Freesia League is coming, if it's not already started. We have folks playing the Freesia League. I'm going to drop this in there as well. Always, anytime, you can just hit exclamation Discord, and it'll give you a Discord invite link, which it never expires. So it's always good. You just got to get the caps right, okay? Make sure you type it exactly as displayed. And then you'll be able to join us in Discord. Come hang out. We'll get you in the guild. You'll be able to have a full support of 250 plus people in PoE 1 and over 100 people in Path of Exile 2. All very knowledgeable about the game. Some still learning, which will be fun to learn with. But everyone's really, at this point, learning the game together. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, hit that like, subscribe, follow button. It really helps me out. Helps me to keep bringing you content, staying positive about bringing you content, and to move forward in a way that I know you guys are getting a good information from. I'm going to go ahead and probably go take a nap or make coffee, one of the two. And then we'll come back later tonight with some more Ritualist, Flicker Strike, Whirling Assault build, doing T16 Abyss maps is what we're going to be running. So stay tuned for that tonight on the Ritualist, Whirling Assault, Flicker Strike build that we have flushed out. Make sure to check out the PLB if you're interested in making this build yourself. I can always help you along the way with information and what have you. As always, I appreciate you stopping in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Stay safe out there, folks. We're going to catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.